Welcome once again to the Lester Real Estate and Investment Program. This is your realtor and investor, Lester Witherspoon, saying thanks for taking time off your busy schedule to join us once again to listen to our program. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate you. And if you know anyone who thinking about buying or selling, please share this link with them. If you know anyone who want to get some more information, please share this link with them also. We appreciate it very. You don't need our permission to share it or to forward it or anything. You are welcome to share it at any time. So please share it with anybody you may know who thinking about buying or selling now in the near future, or just somebody who would like to get educated about the real estate market. Thanks again, and it's always glad to have you. So for today, we'll be talking about the timeline that owners need to prepare to sell their property. What is the timeline? How long do they need to prepare the property to put in the market? Or what do they need to do to put the property in the market? So these are the things we're looking at today. Now, in order to start, let me just say to you that there is no fixed timeline. There is no set to say this is the timeline. No, it's subjective, it's situational. Because the timeline depends on how long, and how well you have been taking care of your property. Some people live long in the property and took good care of it. Some people live long in the property and did not take good care of the property. You see? So it's based on how well you have been taking care of your property. I know one or two persons who always working on the property, updating the property every year, since they've been in the property. I know, I'm a witness. And those people who have been taking care of the property like that, always upgrading, always trying to update and change, when the time reaches for them to sell the property, that they want to sell the property, they will need just maybe 1 or 2 weeks to ready to put finishing touches on. They won't need much time. You see? Because you have all the years you have been doing the works gradually and small in bits and pieces. And now when you're ready to put on the market, you don't have to do much. You see? So it is always good as you live in your property, as years go by, as you live in your property, upgrade the property. When you see anything wrong with it, fix it. You see the door getting bad, fix the door. If the window getting the box eating the window, try and change the window. If the oven have change it. So as you go about your property, as years pass by and you see things happen, try to fix it. Don't wait for it. Don't let it pile up. Because when you fix it in bits and pieces, you don't feel the expenses that way. If you think the floor need to change, the rock on the floor they need to change it. Put a new rock or put in a new hardwood floor. It's up to you what you want. But I tell you, some people like rocks, some people like hardwood floor. Nowadays, most people prefer hardwood floor. So if you want to upgrade your property to bring it up to date, to make it more attractive, put in a hardwood floor and do it in sections. You don't have to do it overnight. But upgrade your property as the year go by, as you live in your property. So the day we were to sell it, you don't have to spend so much and you have to do so much on the property. Most time when you do it that way, the time comes that you really want to sell, you just take maybe a week or two, or maybe say about 2 weeks to ready to put finishing touches on, maybe do the painting, maybe do little minor things, and then you're ready to put your house on the market. But for those of you who are in your property and have not done any kind of upgrade or repair to your property, you will need at least a month. You will need at least a month to really prepare to put your property on the market. Because I sure you have a lot of things to do. So sometimes you start, you have maybe work on the roof. So now you have to do the heating system. You do the whole kitchen system. You do the whole plumbing system. There's a lot you have to do. Because if you don't do it to put your house on the market, the home inspector will let this buyer know what the situation of your house is, and you have to fix it before they buy the property, or they'll walk away. So if you really want for your property to sell, and if you really want it to go fast when it comes to selling it, it's good to do your homework ahead of time and do it well. Once you do it ahead of time, you do it well. When the time reaches for you to come to selling, you will not have to spend too much. You will not have to spend too much time and money in getting your house prepared to put on the market. All right. So now once you have reached that place and you determine, okay, I am ready to sell. The first thing I will encourage you to do, get in contact with a realtor. If you don't have a realtor, I'll be glad to sit and talk with you. And I will give you my information, my contact information at the end of the program. But I'll be glad to sit and talk with you. Got to go in more detail with what the home selling process look like. And I'll give you all the tips and tricks that we use to make sure that your home sell for top dollar and sell as fast as possible. So if you really want to be getting to that place and you don't have a realtor, feel free to reach out to me. And I'll be giving you more detail about my contact at the end of the program. But get in contact with a realtor. Let the realtor sit and talk with a realtor and go to the whole pre-listing package, the listing presentation, and all the whole 9 yards and all that stuff, what you need to do. You know, how much you expect to generate for your property, how much you get from that property, and all that. He should break all down to you and know exactly what the whole picture look like up front. So that's the first step, get in contact with a realtor. Once you get in contact with a realtor, then you all should together look at what needs to be done. And the realtor should educate you, say, look, this one needs to be done, maybe how long you be in the house, how many years, because you see, this thing have lifespan. The roof have a lifespan, the heating system have a lifespan, all these things have lifespan. So after a certain number of years, you have to change it. You have to change it because nobody won't buy a house that the roof just have one more year to repair. So definitely, if the inspector come and say, look, this house, the roof, they'll be requesting that you change that roof before they buy it. And maybe a lot of the time you have the time. You see? So I will be proactive and preempt things. Don't wait for it to come and hit you first before you do it. Try to preempt things and try to do things ahead of time. Be proactive in your activities. And then definitely you will not have everything piled up on you, and you have a lot to work on at one particular time. You have to incur a lot of expenses at one time. But when you break it up in pieces over the years, then you will not feel the cost. You will not really have difficulty in trying to take care of what you need to take care of to sell your property, because you have done it over the years. And that's the best approach to take. Try to go about taking care of your property as the years go by. Don't wait for it to pile up before you try to address the issue. So get in contact with a realtor and just sit and go over the detail of the property to see what needs to be done and what all that is still intact that you can move forward with. So once you do that, you take care of the major repairs, and there are some minor repairs too. Look at all the major and minor repairs and make sure you take care of all that. Some smart homeowners, sellers, what they do also is they try to do a pre-listing inspection, home inspection. So they get a home inspector. The home inspector come and try to do a home inspection of the property to see what really needs to be done, and then they will let them do, and then they will fix it before they put it on the market. And most time, I tell you, when they do that, they try to build it in to make sure that the buyer pay for that too, because normally the home inspection should be paid by the buyer. So if you do a home inspection, you can build all that in, and then the buyer don't have to pay for it again because you already doing it. You just save a copy and give it by a copy of that home inspection report, that they're letting you know that this is what the home inspector said, and all have already been done. So most buyers will like that. And they will know that, oh, this person is sure to sell a house, and the person is proactive, the person ready to take care, and that will make it more interesting to buy a house. You see? So that's one good thing you can do. Do a pre-listing inspection and try to do all the necessary repairs before you put it on the market. See, most home buyers will really appreciate that. But of course, you have already built that in. So you pay for it up front, but they will pay for it in the end. You see? But that's a smart thing to do. Try to do that. Try to make sure you got all the minor and major things taken care of. Try to make sure you have your house all set up. If you are moving out of the house, good. Then you can really, because the house will be empty, you can have it, then you can stage it. If the house is empty, you can get a stager. I think that costs about $300, $400. They will set the house up like somebody living in the house. But they put a bed there, they put a dining room here, they put a living room, everything they justify living there. So when the people come in, any interested buyer come in, they can see themselves, can picture themselves living in that property. You see? And that will make it more appealing to them also too. So you try to stage the property. You see, if you moving out, then I encourage you to stage it. You know, but if you still living in the property, then I encourage you to make sure that every morning before you leave your property or your children leave their rooms, make sure all the beds are made up properly. Everything is neat and intact. All those unnecessary things that don't belong there, make sure they get rid of it. That means you need to declutter your property. All the things that you have acquired over the years are just all over the place, you need to get rid of them. So when the people come and see your house, it can look, presentable. It can look appealing. They can picture themselves living in your property. And because the thing is, if you have all those things all around the people, all those boxes, all those things, the people cannot see the beauty of the property. They can rather see the beauty of your house. You see? So you need to get rid of all those things, all those unwanted things. Try to get rid of it so when the people come, and then make sure your house, I encourage you, make sure the house have beautiful colors, the paint. Don't put no dark paint on your house. Maybe put a light paint, white paint, cream paint that will bring light into the house. You know, that will make it more interesting. If the house have a lot of walls or where they box in, try to break down some of the walls. And so you have to put like open floor plan nowadays. So you can be more space, more open up. You know, those are things that you want to do to make sure your house go fast. Make sure your house is appealing. Make your house be more interesting. That people will run to be jump to buy it as soon as they see it. You know, so but if you do these things over the years and take your own time to do them, you not really feel it over the years. So don't wait for last minute time. I'm telling you now, don't wait for last minute. Try to do it as the year go by. Try to address them so that the day you decide to sell, you can have a lot to do at the spur of the moment. You have a lot to do at the spur of the moment. You're not only looking at the interior, you can also look at the exterior. You gotta check the foundation to see where they are in the cracks, make sure they are all fixed, make sure that it look nice. If you're in a crack, hire somebody to come and make sure to get rid of all that crack, make sure you're all painted, make sure you're all good and in place. You know, so look at the interior as well as the exterior of the property. And make sure everything is well and make sure that everything is intact. If you, as you wind down to put the house on the market, make sure you do some deep cleaning of the property. Make sure all the floors are clean. Make sure the walls are all painted. The windows are all intact. Make sure everything looks so beautiful and attractive that your home will be able to sell fast and for top dollars. So I hope you're able to learn something today. I hope you were able to get some at least understanding. But these are things that will help you, that you need to do as you prepare your home to put on the market. These are things you need to take in consideration that will help you and make sure that your house go fast. Especially if you're in the buyer's market. Because the buyer's market, that means you have more property in the market and the buyer decides now which one to buy. They try to negotiate the price. But if they see a good house which is really intact, it goes fast. What other properties? If it's a seller market, well, it's a shortage, and then sometimes who want to take advantage of that and they put the house in the market, but sometimes again, if it's not prepared, it can still on the market still. So whether it's seller market, buyer market, I still encourage you to make sure your house is home, move-in ready. Your house is move-in ready. Let your house be move-in ready when you put it on the market for sale. I hope you learned something from this session, and I hope you will be able to share with anybody who you think may be interested in preparing to sell the house, that they can learn. And if you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me. My number is 302-310-0621. Again, my cell phone number is 302-310-0621. I'll be glad to sit and talk with you or anyone you may know who may want to put a house on the market for sale. I will give them all the ins and outs, show them all the tricks and tactics of how the whole process works and how we can make sure to do everything that they can get their house out there for top dollars and it's to be sold as soon as possible. So take care. I thank you for taking time again for your busy schedule. I appreciate it very highly. Share the link. You don't need my permission. Share with anybody you want to share with. And then invite others to also watch the program. Thank you. I'm just so excited to have you on our program every time. So I look forward to continue. You continue watching our program. We appreciate it. And again, as I said, normally after the program, I try to share other people. We have some problem with that. So I'm preparing a new platform. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be broadcasting from a brand new platform. We are working on it currently. Where also that platform will allow us to invite specialists, guests to come and also share. So I will not be the only person just coming always talking to you. I'll be inviting maybe a home inspector to come tell you more about home inspection. I'll be inviting a lender to come and talk to you. I will be inviting a title insurance agent to come and talk to you. So I will be inviting some other realtors to come give you their own perspective about the market. So that platform, I can't wait for it to go live, because I want to invite some other specialists to also come and share their own experience and go in more depth with some ideas as to how to make sure that you are well educated, so you can make informed decisions when you're ready to move forward with the home buying or selling process. So pray for it with me as we prepare to make sure that you are well educated and informed through the years, because our goal is to make sure that you are well educated. So thanks again. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and enjoy the rest of the week. We'll definitely keep in touch with you every week. Bye for now, and I will see you next week. Take care. Your Realtor Investor, Lester Weatherspoon.